not all of them equally. Some of them we would like to like not exclude, but a bit like sideline. Because, for example, like we weren't sure to which extent we can trust sensory perception, because that is more or less than love. So we're sidelining that one. Also, language can be when you look at relationships when there is a cultural barrier, language cannot really like be as reliable. We're sidelining that one too. And then what we also like put a bit to like the side is also like memory or experience, like depending in different cases, because if you're feeling love for the first time, but then Noof argued, and I agree that like you do not only compare it to previous romantic love, you compare it to love of friends, love of family, any type of love that you basically.
Or if you have the boyfriend or someone before, if you had really great love on someone before, you can compare that love before and that love now. Also, I think that reasoning and logic is important, but it is a question how you can think about that when you're desperately in love or something like that. But it should be important. You should definitely think about it always.
And it's in knowing whether it's love or not. I think that one of the most reliable ways is intuition, because I think that intuition not only combines, I think it in a way combines your faith, but also some of the reasoning. Because, for example, your intuition tells you that you might be feeling something, but there's something that you're not taking into consideration, and that's why your intuition tells you to be careful, so it kind of balances it out.
Or you have intuition that someone else loves you back.
Yes. And intuition is an interesting way of knowing. Has anyone heard of the book Blink by Malcolm Gladwell?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't.
First-year psychology students have a book by him that they're reading now called Outliers. But he also wrote a book, Blink, about intuition, and he describes how it takes 2.6 seconds on the average for our intuition to give us some information. And then we usually start thinking after that, about what our intuition has said. Like intuition will say yes or no, something kind of black and white about a situation. So good, yeah, go ahead.
Just one thing, like, they also disagreed with me on one point, and that is, out of my previous experience, I would say that reasoning or logic in figuring out whether you love someone or not is complete bollocks.
Complete what?
Bollocks. Because I don't sit down and I'm like, there is no reason for me to hate this person, and there are people I legitimately, like, not hate, but extremely dislike with no apparent reason.
Yeah, but
And there are people who have not deserved my love and affection, and yet I'm aware that I would do things for them and feel love for them that I don't feel from some of my people who've done more things for me. So that's why I think that's
Interesting. Let's transition this group, and we'll come back to you two. Yeah.
So we have family life.
Yes.
So how about that? Well, even if we argue in our family, even if we argue much, we still love each other. Even if we are very angry that it would seem to someone that we hate each other, we still love each other. But let's say it's a kind of state of war in between, like there's conflict, and well, it produces a lot of emotions, negative emotions, and it can make it seem that members of family, they hate each other. But even though after they calm down, that appears that they are still loving each other.
A complicated mix of the two, isn't it? Of differing feelings.
We think that, let's say, most important ways of knowing about the love of family is our emotions, language, faith, and memory. Memory is pretty important because your memories from the history, from your childhood. You have faith in your parents because they have done everything for you.
And
you
there's
need,
a trust.
yeah, you need to remember that when you were born, you couldn't take care of yourself. Somebody took care of you. And
So your longest memories are with your family, or associated with them, right?
yeah,
And that allows too for that range of different feelings. Like if you feel, like you said, hate or anger, but you also remember that there's been lots of love. So it allows for those different possibilities. Yeah, let's go Zara then here.
Is it possible to ask a question?
Sure.